On today's edition of the Bluffton News, we'll talk to Bluffton Town Council person Karen Lavery and meet Beaufort County Teacher of the Year, Erin Reichert. That and, of course, Bluffton's latest headline business and entertainment news. Thank you for joining us for the Bluffton News. I'm Anneliza Itkor. Let's kick things off with Bluffton's current headlines. The Bluffton Bobcats walked away from their homecoming weekend with a victory over Beaufort and some lovely words from their homecoming queen.
I'm really excited. I wanted to represent our school in a different way, and I was really excited to win homecoming queen, and I can't wait to use this pride to help enhance the school.
Another Wharf Street redevelopment home could have a buyer after the town held a second lottery just 2 days after Mayor Lisa Sulka urged Bluffton staff to seal the deal with the applicant quickly. The six-home, $1.2 million affordable housing project that replaced two blighted buildings, largely through federal grants, has sustained criticism for falling months behind originally anticipated closing dates and losing some 50 applicants out of a pool of 60, largely without explanation. The applicant from the second lottery joins two from the first in finalizing a mortgage and receiving state approval for the purchase. The town anticipates closing with the first two applicants in the next 45 to 60 days. It's a good news, bad news kind of story. The good news is that South Carolina was one of the top 3 most improved states in its efforts to improve energy efficiency. The bad news, South Carolina is still tied for 40th place with Alabama. Our state earned 10.5 points out of a possible 50 points that were divided among 6 categories, like transportation policies, building energy codes, and appliance and equipment standards. While South Carolina can feel good about its 6-spot leap in the standings, there is still plenty of work to be done. However, Beaufort County played its part in energy efficiency this past weekend as the County Public Works hosted an electronic waste recycling and paper shredding event in Bluffton and Beaufort. Bluffton residents turned out with cars, trucks, and even trailers full of old TVs, computers, DVD players, and other electronic devices to be disposed of safely and free of charge. Shred with Us of Columbia provided shredding of identity-sensitive documents. Beaufort County has been providing these services about twice a year since 2005 and have worked hard to resolve traffic issues that cropped up in February due to enthusiastic residents' response. This time, however, things ran smooth as silk and hundreds of vehicles took part in cleaning house and preserving the planet. Late last week, a jury found 35-year-old Daryl Drayton guilty of the murder of 27-year-old Alexis Lukatis of Bluffton, and he was immediately sentenced to life in prison. Prosecutors say Drayton killed Lukatis in August 2010 as they returned to Bluffton from Charleston. Lukatis' body was found on the side of a Charleston County dirt road, her throat cut 3 times. Drayton was found with scratches and cuts when he was arrested a few days later. Drayton's cousin testified he found a spare tire, diaper bag, emergency kit, and other items with blood on them at his home about the same time Lukatis' body was found. Judge J.C. Nicholson sentenced Drayton to life in prison without parole because of his prior conviction for armed robbery. And 4 men were found with a loaded 12-gauge shotgun and 2 spotlights in a truck on Sawmill Creek Drive in Bluffton late Saturday night and were arrested for hunting on a public road, which, according to the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, is a violation of South Carolina wildlife laws. DNR officers stopped the truck, which was moving at a very slow speed, and found the evidence that suggested the men were hunting on public property without the required authorization. When questioned, the men admitted they were out hunting for deer. The truck was towed, the gun and spotlights confiscated, and the 4 men arrested on misdemeanor charges. Let's take a look at what's happening around the state. Despite an increase in law enforcement, Columbia police still reported 41 arrests in the 5 Points district after Saturday's football game. There were, however, no major incidents. The most serious charge was felony driving under the influence after a 29-year-old man crashed into a car late Saturday and one of his passengers was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Some of the other charges included assault, resisting arrest, open container, and unlawful urination. Authorities decided to send around 50 officers into the 5 Points area after the South Carolina football game last weekend because of a shooting and 2 mob assaults within 2 hours after the last Gamecocks football game on September 23rd. In the past 3 years, Beaufort County deputies have investigated 6 animal cruelty complaints against Port Royal pet store owner Cindy Gahan. The latest anonymous complaint at Cindy's Pet Paradise came just last week when deputies say someone reported a pig, goat, 3 rabbits, and 7 rats left in the sun without water. The animals were moved after an officer arrived. Gahan has been convicted in the past. In 2010, prosecutors made a deal where 22 counts of ill treatment of animals were reduced to 1 charge. Court records show Gahan paid a $500 fine. A response to a complaint of loud music turned violent when the 2 Greenville County deputies who responded to the call shot a man who refused to put down a gun. Authorities said the deputies were called to a bonfire south of Greenville around 12:15 a.m. Sunday. As they questioned people at the party, a man went to his car and got a gun. The deputies told investigators they ordered the man to drop the gun several times, and he refused, turning toward the officers. The deputies fired their guns, striking the man several times in the abdomen. He is expected to survive. The deputies are on administrative duty while the State Law Enforcement Division investigates. The sheriff's office did not release the names of the officers or the wounded man. For more information on these headlines and more, please check out the media sources you see listed on your screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. When we come back, Lynne Hummell of the Bluffton Sun takes us behind the scenes of Bluffton's top stories as we bring you hot off the presses.
The smoked chipotle burrito is really good.
Yeah, my zesty cheesesteak burrito's great.
Are you familiar, Pete, with the phrase, don't mess with success?
Yeah.
Because this is not only messing with success, this is taking success to the cliff and shoving success over.
Success said, oh, please, don't do anything, leave me alone.
These burritos didn't even hear that. They heard, oh, put, and that was it. It was just like, wah. Egg everywhere.
Wake up to sirloin steak and fluffy eggs with the new zesty cheesesteak and smoked chipotle breakfast burritos. This is how you Sonic.
Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Lynne Hummell from the Bluffton Sun joins us now. Lynne, we've heard a little about the recycling challenge in which Bluffton and Sun City residents are participating. What's the latest?
Well, right now, Anneliza, we are at number 6 out of the 50 communities across the country that are participating in the Recycle Bank and SC Johnson Company Recycling Challenge. It is a community challenge and it's in partnership with Waste Management. And it promises a $100,000 grant to the community that recycles the most and reports their recycling through this website. And we are very close to the top.
Well, that is pretty exciting. How can we help get Bluffton and Sun City across that finish line first?
Well, everybody has to sign up. Everybody. If you're a resident of Bluffton, Hilton, or Bluffton or Sun City, obviously still Bluffton, before December 31st, go to recyclebank.com and click on the SC Johnson Green Choices logo, and it will take you to the challenge.
Well, that's a great story about some money maybe coming into our pockets, and I understand you now have one about money coming out of our pockets. You know, a few weeks ago, you told us that the 1% countywide sales tax would expire October 1st. Well, now we hear that some businesses might still be charging it?
That's right. We've heard complaints from officials in Beaufort County, or not from the officials, but from residents in Beaufort County, that they have been overcharged, that some businesses maybe forgot to set back their registers and the automatic totals. So some people are still charging 7%. So you might want to be checking your sales receipts.
I was going to say, what can a consumer do?
Well, according to the Department of Revenue, you can go back to the merchant if you are overcharged and get your money back. And then please call them in the Charleston office at 852-3600 so an official can contact the business and make sure they're doing it right.
Okay, now real quick, what is this Daisy Award and who has won it?
Well, the Daisy Award is a recognition of extra special care by nurses, and Dee Husketh, who is a nurse in the intensive care unit at Coastal Carolina Hospital, has won recently for her work with a homeless man. She cleaned his soiled clothing and bought him a new backpack and sent him on his way after his physical issues were taken care of at the hospital, and her supervisor just wanted to honor her and this extra special care that she gives.
I'll tell you, Lynn, I love hearing about people like that being commended for their kindness. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anneliza.
We always look forward to our Bluffton Business Report because in spite of a challenging business climate, Shellie West-Hodges manages to bring us positive news. Now, Shellie, this week you took a look at the charitable side of Bluffton and have some ways to give people ideas on how they can get involved in the community. First, let's take a look at PEP. It's an interesting name. What does it stand for?
PEP stands for Programs for Exceptional People, and their mission is to take care of people that are adults with special needs. And they have special work programs that they do in a work center on Hilton Head. Okay, now tell us a bit more about what PEP does and how exactly can Bluftonians get involved? Well, they are always looking for volunteers, whether it be an hour a week or to come read for someone. And you just go to info@pepwhhi.org. And they also have an event coming up on October the 20th, which is their gala, and it will be at Sea Pines Country Club.
I understand that's a fantastic event. Now, moving on, Bluffton Self-Help has been lending a local hand for years, and I understand they have a new location.
Yep, Bluffton Self-Help is a great program because it's for actually Bluffton families and their needs, and they're in Sheridan Park now, and they are growing and looking for, of course, volunteers, and canned and dry goods are their biggest need right now.
Okay, now I understand they also have a big event coming up in February?
Yes, they do. Every year they do a chili cook-off, and that is a big event, and we're really looking forward to that.
Now, another great nonprofit in Bluffton is Habitat for Humanity, and they also have a new location.
Yes, they do. They're now on May River Road next to the Dollar General. It's a great store. They have all kind of furniture. They do accept donations. Great place to pick up something if you have a need. And they also just had a golf tournament that they raised quite a bit of money over in Oldfield last week.
Terrific. I'll tell you, Shellie, it's so cool to see these humanitarian organizations in Bluffton that do allow us to work with our community.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for business people to really get involved with these nonprofits. It will grow them personally and professionally as well. It's a great thing.
Well, thanks a bunch, Shellie.
Thank you.
After the break, Karen Lavery takes a look back at her inaugural year on the Bluffton Town Council, and Beaufort County's Teacher of the Year talks about what it feels like to receive such a prestigious award.
Tara's Men's Den, located beside Tara's Salon at the Moss Creek Village, is a full-service salon for men only. Open Monday through Saturday from 9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. We offer haircuts, color, highlights, waxing, and treatments for hair loss. No appointment necessary, so come enjoy a relaxing atmosphere for men only, and don't forget senior discounts every Wednesday. Call or visit us today. Our number is 843-837-5555.
Today on the Bluffton News, Karen Lavery from the Bluffton Town Council joins us. Karen, tell us about the highlights of your first year in office as a town council person for the town of Bluffton.
Well, there were so many accomplishments, and I am so proud to be a part of this town. You know, we had a town budget approved of $12 million, and we're up to 100 employees. 39 are in the police department. We had no tax increases for the past 5 years, which is an accomplishment in itself. Also, our finance department was awarded for the first year in a row the KFAR award for accounting excellency. We maintained an AA bond rating. We had our police department reaccredited this year in CALIA, which is another good accomplishment. We also entered into a public-public, see if I can get this right, private-private partnership to form the Don Ryan Center, which was the innovation center, an incubation for new businesses that want to open, and we'll get them on their feet and hopefully they'll open up in Bluffton. We had the Wharf Street improvement in file project. It wasn't a government giveaway. Most people, or all the people, had to apply and qualify for a mortgage. The houses are very nice. We've got 50% of them already spoken for, which is a good thing. And then our stormwater division, we dedicated solely to stormwater management. I think we have 4 employees in there, and it's obviously the emphasis on the May River.
Right. Actually, speaking of that, what has been happening with the May River Action Plan initiative?
Well, you know, the good news is we were able to reopen some oyster beds to harvesting, which were closed for 4 years, which is a wonderful thing. We've done a lot of cleaning out of septic tanks and so on and so forth. And the biggest news was Palmetto Bluff gave us some TDRs to put in our land bank, which will take away probably about 80% of pollution in the May River. So we're really, really happy, and I think we're on the right step for this.
I'll tell you, Karen, it sounds like you have had a very, very busy first year. It'll be interesting to see what the next one brings.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I so enjoy this.
Great having you with us today. I am now pleased to welcome Erin Reichert. It's a real treat having you here, Erin. You know, you recently received the Teacher of the Year Award in Beaufort County. Tell us a little bit about how that all played out.
Sure, thank you. Last year, each school nominated and selected their Teacher of the Year for their particular school in all the schools across Beaufort County. And I was chosen to be the Bluffton High School Teacher of the Year last year. And what that meant was we were to fill out an application to apply for District Teacher of the Year. And that process took place over the summer. I completed the application around July, sometime in July, and we then were placed into the pool to be selected for either a finalist spot or to go on further into the process. So I was selected to be a finalist. And out of the 5 of us, then we went on and were prepped and we did an interview, and that was with a different selection committee. We also videotaped our classroom, and the classroom that I selected to be taped was a class called Youth in Government, which was a curriculum created by me a few years ago at Bluffton High School. And they got to see that. We went through the selection process further, and then at a breakfast a few weeks ago, I was chosen to represent the district as their Teacher of the Year.
That's really exciting. Now, what exactly would your goals be as District Teacher of the Year?
I'm really looking forward to representing all of our teachers. I feel like I can really help to build consensus as we move forward. This is a transition year for our district. We're selecting a new superintendent, and I'm really looking forward to, representing the teachers' needs and interests in that process, and also, over the course of the year, trying to see what's on the teachers' hearts and minds.
And I know that one of the reasons that you were selected for this, it's often talked about your creativity in the classroom. How do you come up with these ideas to inspire your students?
Oh, wow. Sheer luck. I really just try to pay attention to what the kids are interested in and try to be relevant and try to be meaningful and listen to what they're, liking these days. And that's sometimes hard to pin down, but I just try to come up with how I can apply something going on in the world, in the news and in our state and in our community, and try to give them a hands-on experience and make it, like I said, relevant and interesting and still challenging and rigorous.
Well, I'll tell you, Erin, I think Beaufort County is very lucky to have you. Good luck as this continues on down the path, and I think you set a fantastic example for your students.
Thank you so much.
When we return, everybody's favorite entertainment reporter, Rodney Vaughn, serves up some terrific ideas for our free time fun.
Okay, so it's a romantic dinner for 2. Now, I've already cut some tomato. Time for the vinaigrette. You are gonna love this. Okay, we need some sesame seeds. My favorite pan. Now, what's really important is
With Merillat cabinets, you'll discover function that's irresistible.
Good thing I'm not the jealous type.
Welcome back. Just as we look forward to Friday, so do we also look forward to Rodney Vaughn's entertainment report. Rodney, what you got for us today?
Hi there. Well, some interesting things are taking place as far as outside of the normal context of our form of entertainment. There's a fundraising project taking place on Mitchellville, the community on Hilton Head Island that was founded over 150 years ago as the first free community for slaves in the area. And preserving the site and the memory of that site have always been an ongoing project. This weekend, which is going to be Saturday, October the 13th, there is a fundraiser, and a lady named Natalie Days is putting on a production of Becoming Harriet Tubman. Now, this is a one-woman show, and she portrays Harriet Tubman as, of course, the Underground Railroad founder and the person that helped hundreds of slaves escape to freedom. And it's going to be really interesting. This is going to be held Saturday, October the 13th, and the cost is $30 for adults. She's not the only person that's going to be there. We also have Vaughn Stevens is going to be playing some jazz and gospel music, and he has a really great flair for doing a lot of interesting twists and turns with some traditional music. And then the Hilton Head Choir Out of the Blue will also be performing.
Wow, I'll tell you, I know Natalie and Vaughn, they're fantastic. This sounds like a fundraiser not to be missed. What else is happening in local theater, Rodney?
Well, the Hilton Head Art Center is performing The Unexpected Guest. That's Agatha Christie's murder mystery, and that's going to be a really exciting show. Attendance has been up for that show, and the reviews are really great. And the May River Theater in Bluffton is under their rehearsals for The Fantastics. Now, they're going to open with that pretty soon, and that is the longest running musical on Broadway, and that's really cool because it's not one that we always hear about, but it's so neat to be able to say that we're doing that in Bluffton.
Now, when can we expect to be hearing about tickets and such for that production?
Well, The Fantastics is going to be October 26th through November 11th, and tickets are $20, and you can call their box office or get their tickets, more information on their website at mayrivertheater.com.
Terrific. Well, Rodney, thank you so much. As always, you've given us some terrific ideas.
Thanks, Anneliza, and have a great weekend.
Allow me now to introduce you to the Bluffton News Pet of the Week, Jade. Left at animal control at a very young age, Jade has been hand-raised by a loving foster family. She is a petite ebony girl who is very affectionate, though a little shy at first. She loves other kitties and would like nothing more than to be your cuddly lap warmer this winter season. For more information about Jade and other adoptable pets, please call Brookshaven Animal Rescue at 843-757-7387. Thanks for watching the news program that is all Bluffton all the time. I'm Anneliza Itkor. We'll see you next time.